Hello boys and girls, and welcome to our Microsoft PowerPoint mini course. We've already taken a look at much of this information in class, but today we're going to get a little bit of a refresher on some of the things that are very important just in case you are either absent or if you need a refresher. Now, as you can see here, we've got Microsoft PowerPoint open, and this is a blank document which all of you have taken a look at some point or another in class. And of course we've got no information on this page whatsoever, and we end up with a very blank title page, and that's all. Now, as you can see here, it says click to add a title and a subtitle. Of course, this is the title page where you would just include the author of the actual presentation, as well as the title and the topic of the presentation itself and what you'll be speaking to the audience about. Now, to begin, it's always important to add information into the PowerPoint presentation that, is what it's all about first, and then you'll add the fancy stuff later. So in this case, we'll add our title, and I'll come up with something like Composting. The Natural Recycler. And of course, the subtitle will be my name, and in your case it would be your name because you're the presenter. And now I've got some simple basic information for my title page. Now, of course, this isn't the farthest that we're going to go with this. Of course, with your title page, you're also going to need information that goes along with your presentation that follows this. Now, to get an informational page, what you have to do is add more slides. And if you take a look up top, we've got many tools, including a new document, opening a previous document, saving a current document, which you will need to do all of the time, boys and girls. Please save constantly. Printing the document, undoing. This is a very helpful tool if you make any mistakes. You can go back and undo or redo. You've got text boxes to add, pictures and shapes, tables to add, media including videos and sound, which I do not want you going to unless you're told to. And finally, in the center here, we've got a new slide, which we can add. If I click on New Slide, I get a slide that's laid out just slightly different. Instead of my first slide, my title slide, where I've got the center title with subtitle underneath, now I've got a slide that has the title up top and the information below. In this case, what I'm going to do is click on the title box and we'll say, what is composting? We'll ask the audience a nice question. Now, by asking them a question, what we're doing is giving the audience who you're speaking to something to think about, so a reason basically to pay attention to you. And underneath what is composting, we've got some bullet points where we can include little tiny bits of information that go along with what you're speaking to the actual audience. In this case, composting is a natural process that breaks down scraps and foods. Now, as you can see here, boys and girls, I've got quite the long bit of information here. This is actually not the best way of doing it, but it gives you the idea that the information is going in this bottom section here. As you take a look at the actual video made for adding information, you'll see that this information that we are adding here and that I've added here is way too long and too wordy. Typically, you're going to be adding information that's much shorter on the presentation and speaking the rest of the information to the audience. So the next bullet I'll do the right way, and I'll also include that composting is a way of avoiding landfill scraps and landfill materials and really kind of reusing it for a good purpose. Okay? So instead of saying all of that I just said, what we can type on the actual presentation here is that it recycles scraps and waste. We can add another bullet point for avoiding landfill trash. And as you can see, we continue on and on with more information, but this information is much shorter, so the audience can actually pay attention more to you and just kind of glance at the PowerPoint presentation as a way to, look at something else to help further teach them about what they're learning about. Okay? Now that we've got these two really key things here, as you can see here, and really in the first two slides, we've got our title slide, we've got a informational slide, a simple basic one. If we add another slide, it actually comes up again as a basic informational slide. If you want another format or another layout of that slide, you can go up to the Slide Layouts tab. And underneath that tab, we've got lots of different possibilities. As you can see, we've got our title, we've got our basic informational, another title with a different layout. Here's 2 columns as far as information goes, 2 columns with subtitles. We've got lots and lots of possibilities for you to add and you to include more, different formats. Okay? So if you ever end up needing a different type of format or a different type of slide, you can always go up to this Slide Layouts pane, bring it right down, and look for a different type of slide for a different type of purpose. That's all for now, boys and girls. What I'd like you to do, if you haven't already, is please create a new document by adding the information first into all of your slides that you need, and then, of course, picking and choosing where you'd like and what type of layouts you've got. Okay? Until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.